Well, hello folks, and welcome back for another video. And it is, yes, it is the day after I delivered my 4-ton to its new owner. So I am heading to the valley to Title Tractor in Port Williams to pick up the new skid steer. It's happening. So dealt with the same guy I bought my 95 from. Great guy, Steve Kempton. I'll put his phone number in the description below if you're looking for farming equipment. Skid steers are like almost impossible to find right now, so probably won't be able to find you a skid steer, but they have lots of excavators on site. They got some tractors and stuff, so I'll put his description in the link, and I'll put his phone number in the description below. But yeah, we're heading up to get the new skid steer. So if you guys have been following my Instagram, I posted a photo of this a little while ago, and that is the one I'm getting. So it is the New Holland C345. So it's the 4,500 lift capacity, 95 horsepower, high flow, 40 gallons per minute. High flow. That's key. That's key. So why did I pick this skid steer? Well, this was not my first choice of a skid steer. My first choice would have been the Takeuchi TL12. A lot of guys run mulcher heads on that, and they do really well. The cooling system's really good. It's a heavy machine. A Takeuchi is like 2,000 pounds more than what this machine weighs. This machine weighs like 10,500 pounds. So there is advantages and disadvantages to that. Obviously less weight, easier on your hauling truck, easier on your trailer, things like that. More weight, more stable typically. But this machine, once I pick it up, and I'll go over it and I'll show you a lot of things that once I actually started looking at the machine and doing some research on the machine, there's a lot of things that I really like about it that are better than the TL12, the SVL 97-2, which I can't get that either. That would have been another choice that I would have gone with, but can't get it. Steve just happened to get this one in, and I jumped on it pretty quick, because if not, it would have been gone. He had guys lined up, driving by, looking at it, seeing it, said I'll buy it, but he told them that it was sold. And that was they got it in about 2 weeks ago. They did their PDI, and now it's ready to go. So adding it to the fleet. So the 4-ton is gone, skid steer is in. Definitely be getting some attachments for it. Thing about skid steers is it's universal attachments. It's awesome. They're so good for that. They're so handy. Having 3 excavators and nothing else just really wasn't working out. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll go pick this thing up and I'll go over it and I'll show you guys a bunch of features that I really like, and I'll address some issues that they had in the past, and they've taken some steps to correct those issues. All right, well, here we are. Time to do the deed. Man, they got a lot of machines here. If you're looking for an excavator, I'll tell you one place to come. There's the bad boy sitting right there. Alright. Let's see if I can get looped around in here. Man, look at the machines. There's a 155. That's the machine right there that I would love to try out. Man, oh man, oh man, the excavators they got. Wild. Might have to do a little walk around here later. Jeez. No one else has any excavators at all. These guys got tons, but we're here for that thing right there. All right, well, there it is. All loaded up on the trailer, ready to pull on out of here. Fits on there very nicely. Very nicely. Big rig. All right, let's take a little walk around here at all these excavators. This is like a kid in a candy shop right now. Got like a 28 ton, 13 ton, 215. I'm not sure what size that is. Another 13. I don't exactly know how they scale theirs. There's a 95 just like mine. You got some 155s. I love the 155. If I was gonna buy a bigger machine, it'd be the 155 for sure. I really like this machine. Just want to see if I can find a 75 that's open, because there was things that I complained about with my 95 when they brought the new 75s out. They changed a bunch of stuff around. 95, 95, 32, 75. So first off, the boom, your stick is way longer than on the 95s, which is just crazy. Like way longer. I mean, take a look at this stick, and then take a look at this stick. That makes such a huge difference with the 95. And then inside the cab, oh, can't get in. Anyway, inside the cab they changed a bunch of things. So I got a cup holder there now. The foot pedals are way further back. Nice new monitor. Just a bunch of stuff that I complained about. And there it is on the new 75. And the new 95 is supposed to get this too. But anyway, they got lots and lots and lots of machines here. Lots of minis, lots of big ones, tractors, everything you can think of. And you can't find a better group of guys to deal with, to be honest. But anyway, I guess let's pull on out of here. All right, folks, well, we are off, and there she is. So we're hauling, the machines are just around 10,500 pounds, like 10.3 or 10.4 or something like that. So my 4-ton, my 040, my 040, that was right around 9,500 pounds, and then the mulcher was close, like 900 and some pounds, and then plus the bucket on there. So we're basically we're pretty much hauling the same weight as I haul with the 4-ton. We might be slightly less right now than what we were with the 4-ton, but not much at all. It's basically the same weight, and this haul is way nicer than the 4-ton. Obviously, it's just so compact. There's so much weight, you know, right there, like pretty much right over top of the axles, but a little bit ahead of the axles, give myself a little more tongue weight. But it hauls really nice. 10th gear down the highway, no issues whatsoever, no sway, no nothing, just beautiful. Like it's I'm getting the message here, but yeah, it's nice. It hauls really nice right now. The road going from the 101 to the 103 is absolute garbage right now. Highway 12, that's right up, that's Highway 12 is where my parents live. I dropped Bauer off on the way up. They're actually going to keep Bauer for the weekend. I'm going to stop in on the way back and just see how he's making out, and then head on over to the South Shore. That road cutting across there is bad, so it's going to be rough regardless of what I was hauling. It's going to be rough, but this feels so much nicer than my 4-ton. 4-ton hauled nice, like you know, like it did. It's not like it hauled bad, but this wicked. So I can't wait to use this thing. It didn't look, you know, the first time I looked at it, it didn't look that big in person, especially compared to the SVL 97 or the Takeuchi. It is definitely a more compact machine, height-wise. It's lower, which is nice for getting in underneath trees and stuff like that. But man, I tell you what, you get it up here on the trailer, she's big rig. She's big rig. But anyway, let's get this thing home. Okay, well, we have made it back to the property, and as you can see, my driveway is a complete disaster right now. This driveway needs a lot of gravel, and what tool does a very good job of moving a lot of gravel and leveling it? Oh, I think that's the tool right there. Okay, so I'm gonna unload this thing. Look at the ruts just from bringing this in here. Ugh, it's gross. I'm gonna unload this thing, and I am going to go over a few things with you guys of what I really like about it. And I'm gonna point out one thing that I really liked that they changed, because there's one thing they had a lot of problem with these machines in the past, and it was electrical. Well, they've definitely addressed that, and I'm going to show you guys here in a second. First things first, we're going to unload this thing in this whole soup mess. All right, folks, so first off, I'm going to show you a couple things that people complained about with these machines in the past. So getting into the back here. Okay, so some people, you know, whether you're comparing brands or whatever, they complain about it's not a lot of room in here to work with. So there are other manufacturers of skid steers that do have more room back here. This is pretty cramped, but what they did is they made things like your fuel filter, your water separator, fuel filter, hydraulic filter. They made that stuff, you know, accessible to get to. It's not the end of the world to do, you know, your daily things, your dipstick, fill up your machine, def tank. It's all available without, you know, going too far into this thing. Getting to your battery is down here, so you got to take that off to get to your battery. But what they did was they rerouted this up here, where you can hook into your positive terminal, and you can just ground your machine to a piece of steel, so you can boost it if you have to. So they've thought some stuff through. Now the next thing that a lot of people complain about with these machines were the electrical. Now in the past, these electrical, all they use were these connections. These connections right here. That's all they use throughout the whole machine. But now what they've done is they've used these quadruple wrapped, and they go all the way to the end. A lot of guys complain, you know, in weather like mine, that a lot of these connections cause a lot of issues. You can see even down, if you can see down here, let me see if I can get you in there. So you can see in here, everything is wrapped right to the actual connection. So they've completely changed these electrical harnesses. The manufacturer has changed. The supplier has changed. The way that they did it has changed. It used to just be this. And then at the ends, they were all exposed. But now they are covered up right to the very end of the actual connection. So they listen to customers. They recognize a lot of things that or you know, they recognize a few issues, you know, that were problems, and they fix them. So even this, like, look, so this is completely different than what it used to be. This would have just been plastic wrapped by itself, single wrapped, nothing else. Now that's changed. Okay, on the outside machine, they have a nice aggressive track, very wide track. This will do really well compared to a lot of other tracks there that are just like straight across. They have a bracket here that a lot of companies charge you extra for, that protects the hydraulic lines. I mean, if you're gonna hit that, if you're gonna cause problems with that, you know, I know some companies put the lines right inside of the pillar, but they actually bring this right from factory with this guard. Some companies charge you extra for that guard, so that comes standard. The Super Boom, this machine will lift higher than other machines. The Deere, the Cat, 4,500 pound lift capacity out of a 10,400 pound machine. That's pretty impressive. So on the outside, they have done a few changes, not much. It basically is pretty close to the 200 series. It looks great. Honestly, it's a very sharp looking machine. Not that when it's all said and done, looks matter much. In the back, they don't have anything plastic. This is all heavy duty steel. There's no, you know, there's no bumpers sticking out like a forestry package or nothing like that. But this is heavy duty steel. A huge thing that you can see right here. So I'm gonna jump inside the cab here in a second. But most machines, now I say most because I mean most, not just like some. I mean most. Most machines have a huge pillar going across right here, and you can't see anything with the back of these things, which makes this little guy very, Very, very important. In this machine, you don't have that. You've got your H pillar right here, and then your actual swivel point for your boom is way down here. Most machines are up here where your bracket is. So you lose so much visibility through your back window. And your back window is super, super small. This one's huge. This is huge. I've never been in a skid steer. Sorry, I'm used to talking about excavators. I've never been in a skid steer that has better visibility than this. Even with the boom style. So the boom has this nice curved surface. Most come straight up and over. So jumping into the cab, there are machines out there that definitely have a bit more room on the inside. This door opens out, which a lot do. Some fold up, which is an advantage in some situations. But with this one, it's very easy to take it off. You basically unplug here for your wipers, and you pull 2 pins out and you pull the door off. Like it is so easy to take this door off. All right, so let's get inside the cab. Okay, so getting inside the cab, it's starting to get dark, so I want to hurry this thing up a little bit. So they've done so many changes to this machine versus the 200 series on the inside. You used to have a lever for your throttle. Now it's this nice little turn dial. It has a huge 8-inch LED screen, which you can see your backup cameras there. You can take care of so much stuff on this screen. You can log your job hours and keep track of your maintenance, absolutely everything. This is really, really good. This is like, I'm gonna say class leading. Everything else all over here on this pillar, very, very easy to read. You got creep mode in this thing, which is right here. Your radio is up there, it's not out of the way. And look at this humongous rear view mirror. Most companies give you a small little mirror. This is massive. And look at the visibility out of the back. That is insane because nothing's blocking it. But you have this if you need it. Like that is, man, the visibility is amazing out of the back of this thing. I've been in a lot of skid steers and I've never seen visibility like this. So this does come with a air ride and heated seat, which is nice, obviously. But to fire it up, you literally just fire it up, and that's it. And it used to be a small little button to like turn off to enable your hydraulics. Now it's a nice big button. Your throttle used to be a handle. Now it's a nice turn dial. And this thing cranks up, man. This thing is quick. This thing is very, very, very fast. As far as here goes, you use this basically to unhook your attachments and rehook attachments by also holding on your on-lock button. And your quick connect is right down there. I'm getting into this, guys. There's so much more to do. Your turtle and your rabbit. You're doing your 2 speeds here. You got all your auxiliary controls. You got triggers underneath of both handles. That one's your horn. It's roomy in here. Like it's not the biggest machine on the inside, but it's super roomy. There's lots of room. Windows fold open. Honestly, I've been in a lot of skid steers that are nowhere near this comfortable, especially with this air ride and the heated seat. You got your ISO and your H controls. Obviously, ISO is what we pretty much all run now. This screen does a lot for you. But man, I'm super impressed with the visibility. I've never been in a skid steer that has this much visibility. I know I keep saying it, but it's true. It really is true. But we're not gonna know how this thing performs 100% until we put it to work, which will be very soon. Trust me, very, very soon. But anyway, guys, I'm sitting in here. I'm loving it. I'll turn this off just so it's a bit quieter. This thing's gonna get worked. It's gonna get attachments, mulcher, probably a power rake. I got lots of fence posts to put in around here. auger attachment, who knows what else. But we're gonna figure out all this stuff on these pillars, figure out all this screen, figure out how it all works. So stay tuned. It's definitely gonna be a very, very, very handy tool for what we're gonna be doing around here. So as always, until next time, take care, stay safe, please stay tuned, and we'll see you then. Bye.